Shohei Ohtani is the best player in baseball. With the MLB trade deadline approaching and the LA Angels not knowing if they're going to make the playoffs or not, there's some serious talks about an Ohtani trade happening. And this would be a historical type of package going back to LA because of what Ohtani can provide both as a hitter and as a pitcher. If you didn't know, Ohtani's on the last year of his contract and he's going to be a fully unrestricted free agent at season's end. So if the Angels want to keep him, it's because they're making a push for the playoffs. And the Angels haven't made the playoffs since 2014, and the last time they won a game in the playoffs was 2009. Starting last season, they've added an extra playoff spot in both the AL and the NL, so that should help out the Angels. If we look at it right now, the Angels are 4.5 games back of that third wildcard spot. Right now, that spot is held by the Toronto Blue Jays, but the two teams right below them are the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees. Then comes the LA Angels. So to get this spot, not only would the Angels have to be better than the Blue Jays, but they'd also have to be better than the Red Sox and the Yankees. So effectively, they're chasing 3 teams for that final spot. And it's going to be hard to chase these teams and get that last wildcard spot. In August of 2023, every series except for the Mets one is against a team that's 500 or better. And for the rest of the year, they have the 7th hardest schedule in the entire MLB. To make matters worse, star Mike Trout is also out until mid to late August, and the Angels have to make a decision by August the 1st whether they want to trade or keep Shohei for this playoff push. That being said, the chances of the Angels making the playoffs, I think, are pretty unlikely. For the talent and skill Ohtani and Trout have showcased over the past 3 seasons, both playing at MVP caliber levels, and the fact that Ohtani is an amazing pitcher and hitter, the team underperformed massively. And as tough as it is, I think Art Moreno should just make the decision to trade Shohei and get some good prospects out of it. Although the Angels still should trade Ohtani, I think the chances of it happening are 25 to 30%. And the Giants are more of a wildcard team in this deal, but here's what would happen if the teams started engaging in trade talks. And the Giants were a team that were actually originally linked with Ohtani because they were a West Coast team and he was very well considering them before he chose the Angels. A trade here which could deplete the Giants farm system, but I think would be worth it when you get Ohtani, because I think out of all teams, the Giants and Dodgers are the ones which would have the highest chance of Ohtani staying there. In that case, it would be Luis Matos, a center fielder who's been doing great, Carson Wissenhunt, who's a great pitching prospect, who is actually pretty underappreciated I think, Mason Black, who's been pitching great in AAA, and Casey Schmidt, who's a great defender at the third base and shortstop position and is doing a little below average offensively in the bigs. I think Schmidt could definitely get some reps at third base in LA, and the pitching prospects would be very important for the Angels as pitching has been their biggest issue for the past 10-15 years, so the Angels would get a rotation which would be locked up. And also by acquiring Luis Matos, you can slowly move Mike Trout to a corner outfield position because of the increased injuries he's getting. He can be moved to a right field, left field, or even a DH spot, and you have the youngster now roaming in center. And while yes, this does deplete the Giants farm system by trading 3 to 4 guys who are very important for the future of the team, it is very valuable when you get back the guy in Shohei Ohtani. And Shohei Ohtani has what it takes to move the Giants over the Dodgers and also stay there long term, because a $500 to $600 million offer, the Giants management and front office can make that happen and they can make Shohei stay. Shohei is a guy who has said he wants to be in the West Coast, so we've seen teams like the Mariners, Giants, Angels, Dodgers, Athletics even, all interested in him, who are all in that part of the map, and they're all interested in Shohei, and ultimately I think Shohei will also thrive in a city like San Francisco. Thank you guys for watching my video on if I think Shohei is going to get traded to the San Francisco Giants. I think if a trade were to happen, that would be the ideal deal. And although the chances of Shohei getting traded are pretty low, probably around the 20 to 25% rate, the Giants are kind of a wild card team in this entry here. I think the main teams are the Orioles and Rays. But if the Giants didn't get Shohei in a trade, I think they would be in a great position to sign him afterwards in free agency, similar to the Dodgers. Thank you and bye.